Hey everyone, this is Eric, and this is In Focus. And in focus today, I'd like us to be in focus about what Memorial Day really stands for, what it really means. I had an interesting conversation with a couple of patrons, a couple of customers where I work yesterday. And normally when we have a holiday in this country, we say, of course, Happy Easter, Merry Christmas, because it's a holiday. It's festive. We're celebrating something. Memorial Day is different in that we're celebrating it in more of a contemplative way, if that makes sense. It's not happy because it's Memorial Day. Now we're happy because of the liberties that we have, and we celebrate that. But at the same time, it is a day that is somber. It is a day of mourning in the sense that we have lost young men and women throughout the centuries, starting in 1775 and moving forward to today, for people willing to give themselves. Some gave some gave all. And I think of Jesus' words and a monument in Scotland. This passage of scripture is etched on as a World War II memorial. And it said that greater love has no one than this, than a man lay down his life for his friends. And that is the greatest love there is. And I have had the privilege as a pastor when I was in Foster, Rhode Island, to participate in a few Memorial Day commemorations. And it was an honor seeing these men standing from several different conflicts in front of me, knowing that they were willing to give that last full a measure of faithfulness to their country. And I just pray today that that's what we contemplate. That's what we consider, even as we go to our cookouts and we go to our various forms of celebration with family and friends, celebrating the freedom that we have here, but also remembering the great cost at which that freedom was brought to us and given to us, including the one who gave everything for the sake of our eternal freedom from sin, to save us from all eternal damnation because of the sin that is in our lives, and that being one Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach in Hebrew. We need to honor the fallen. We need to remember their sacrifice so that we may appreciate the freedom that their sacrifice is so generously given us. And we also need to consider those people that may not have died, but they're living a living death through post-traumatic stress disorder and various other things, as they're still there and they're still in those theaters of operation because their brain hasn't been able to process the trauma appropriately. One of my favorite books I carry around is called The Greatest Warrior. You can get these actually at Denny Oley's for $3. Not only is it a really nice New Testament with Psalms and Proverbs in it, it has a story of several different warriors who have experienced the post-traumatic stress disorder and various other challenges that have come from their service for our country. It's a good read. It's a nice thing to keep on hand to remind us of the sacrifice of those who have gone before us, and remind us of He who sacrificed everything, came from heaven, and was willing to wear a crown of thorns and be nailed to a cross with basically Roman railroad spikes for the sake of our freedom. So this Memorial Day, I just wish everybody to have fun celebrating our freedom. And at the same rate, take some time out to contemplate the level of sacrifice that it took for us to be able to enjoy our freedoms. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. And may the Lord lift His face upon you and give you peace. In other words, beloved, shalom. Thank you for your time.